Ladies and gentlemen, the devs have spoken. And, I made that video almost over 24, not quite actually. No, we still got 2 hours until the 24-hour period. And so they made it within the 24-hour window of communication of my video. That makes me happy. Not to say that I caused that change. Okay. My head ain't that big. I got a big forehead, but it ain't that damn big. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this so you can look at this together. Can I zoom in on Discord or no? Oh, I can't. Okay, that's fine. You guys are just going to listen to me yap. Dear hyperlinkers, first, we extend our sincerest apologies to all the players who love and support us for the discussions and concerns sparked by recent in-game adjustments. Over the past few days, we have received substantial feedback regarding the recent balance changes. Yeah, we deeply understand that these adjustments did not fully consider your gaming experience and expectations. Absolutely. And there were shortcomings in both communication and execution, I'll say, which caused distress and concern. Absolutely. We value every player's voice immensely, and we apologize for not managing this matter appropriately. We have given this issue careful consideration. Okay, it's a solid start. So they're acknowledging that, we've been left in the goddamn dark here, that they've pulled the rug underneath us without any communication with regards or any structure to these, shadow nerfs and such. So it's good acknowledgement off rip, but we need to hear a little bit more than that. We solemnly pledge to take the following measures: balance adjustments to provide a more stable and predictable gaming experience. That is very important. Predictable is important in buffs and nerfs, guys. In Diablo and, ARPGs, the reason it's actually to the contrary of being pissed and stressed, you're excited when there's buffs and nerfs because it brings about an air of freshness with the coming of a new season. You get excited when a new season's coming because certain classes or play styles are going to be nerfed, whereas the other ones that weren't getting a lot of love are going to be better now, and that's exciting. It keeps these type of dynamics much more fun, and the longevity of your enjoyment of it is going to be much more sustainable. So predictable buffs and nerfs is absolutely okay. It's unpredictable buffs and nerfs, all right? And you're over here fucking loading up characters and they get sent to the Shadow Realm overnight. Imagine investing in a goddamn stock and, you've done all your research on this stock and you expect this based off of your research to have a profit acquired over the next 3 years, right? But then you wake up in the middle of the night and the stock is tanking. The market ain't even open. How the fuck's the stock tanking? The market ain't even open. What the hell's going on? Shit example, but you guys get the message. We have decided that major balance adjustments, including characters, equipment, and core gameplay. Damn, equipment. Oh, probably like shells. That makes sense. Will be strictly scheduled during the fixed window between the end of an RTA season and the start of a new one. That is how you are supposed to do buffs and nerfs. Once again, this is predictable buffs and nerfs. We're able to prepare for the end of a season and start of a new one. And we go, oh, let me pull the reins on who I'm going to be investing in. Let me chill for a bit. I mean, now, here's the thing. The real problem is the start of these games where we're just trying to build up our accounts is really the most problematic, right? But after a month or 2 or 3 goes by, everybody's built. You're decked out. You're good to go. Like buffs and nerfs are much more acceptable. It's this real short window of the launch, the freshness of the game. We're like, it's a real bitch getting through the PvE right now because of these buffs and nerfs. And so, what I'm trying to say here is, once we do get into this seasonal buff nerf ordeal, it really won't be a big of a deal. It'll be just really more so excitement. But it is important that we are, we're in the know of when it is happening. Most importantly, this means that during an ongoing season, we will avoid large-scale balance changes that impact core gameplay, except for emergency fixes for critical bugs. Now, this I find a bit problematic, because it's completely up to them on what they deem critical bug. I'll say right now, I don't think the big fucker in the Doki Doki threshold domain, that wasn't a bug, man. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That was not a bug. It was a blue buff, which means you can strip the buff off of him, put it on your team with a Veronica or a Shada. They changed it to the non-strippable buff. I don't call that a bug or make it. I don't call it critical. I call that, let's tone that down a bit because these guys discovered a good strategy to take advantage of this. That's not a critical bug, and so it's still a bit of a concern on what we deem a critical bug or not. A bug is a bug. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Shada got 5,000 crit damage from Gray's crit rate boost. Like that's a fucking bug, obviously. But me stripping the buff off of somebody, putting it on my girl, that's not a critical bug, man. So I'll be honest, man. I'm a bit concerned with that wording there because it still gives them the creative freedom to like deem a bug that's not a bug a critical bug. I don't know. I think y'all get what I'm saying. This will allow everyone to engage in competitive play, progression, and planning in a stable environment. I'm gonna hold them very fucking firmly to these words. I am gonna hold them very firmly, and I'm gonna keep this whole line here in mind as the days progress, as the months go by, and we'll see what they're saying here. But this sounds amazing. It does. This sounds a bit sus, but everything else sounds really good. And that's why I said I didn't want to jump the gun and I wanted to give them time because, guys, I'll be honest, like I've been loving the game, man. Everything hasn't been perfect, but up until these, this first launch week, shit has been awesome with them, So I don't want to just shoot them down outright. I think it's very necessary to keep your guard up, as you always should with gacha companies in these games. But at the same time, we got our communication, and I think that's pretty good too. Blessings Galore event optimization. We've been closely monitoring your enthusiasm for the Blessing Galore event and appreciate the valuable suggestions provided during the testing phase. After carefully listening to your feedback, we have decided to launch an exclusive Blessing Galore event. The exclusive Blessing Galore event is set to start on June 21st. That's in 7 days. 6 days from now. 6, 7. And will last for 2 days. During this event, investigation threshold GP outposts will have double drop rates. So this was the event from the closed beta. This was the event from the closed beta that allowed you to get double drop rates on, obviously, the shit that allows you to build up your characters and your modules and stuff much more efficiently. So this is going to help big time, especially for people who are short on resources. The problem is 7 days is a long goddamn time. That is a long time away, boys. But at least you now know, once again, a predictability in terms of preparation of when you can actually get to that window and farm the living shit out of those resources, which you should be doing. You should be saving all your stamina for when this window here comes, because then your account will be fucking loaded. Like that day, you just all day experience farm, GP outpost farm. And I'm gonna be real. Threshold, I would most important. You can always farm threshold. Like we're always gonna do that. GP outposts and investigation, though, man. This is how you're gonna level up your fucking account. This is how you're gonna have all the resources in the world to make sure all your characters have the important shit. You can grind modules fucking until the end of eternity. But okay, that's huge. In addition to expressing our apologies, we have prepared the following rewards for all hyperlinkers. Redemption code right here. Rewards mental stabilizer. Etheria code 200,000. Expiration date. That's pretty quick. 0. So I guess at the very end of, it's like literally within 24 and 24. You have 24 hours to put this code in. So hopefully you guys don't miss that ping. I already put my shit in. It works right now. Literally, right? It works right now. It's a 10 pull, mental stabilizer times 1, Etheria coin times 200,000. Now, the only thing I see, or I think should have been addressed here as well, is I think they should have just given, in addition to all that, one singular reconfiguration. Because there's still people who invested in Veronica and she got scuffed. They might not want to play Dot Girl, although she's kicking ass against Teramaton. It's up to the player, right? If they wanted to invest into a person because they thought they had a certain degree of performance, and then the nerf happened and they changed their mind, I think they should have the right to reconfigure and get that investment back and put it into somebody they deem worthwhile of that investment, right? I think that's completely fair, and that was not mentioned in here, which is actually a bit unfortunate, because if you're going to nerf something overnight, suddenly and abruptly, you kind of owe the player the reconfigure. You know what I mean? Just saying, boys. Other than that, I think people were talking about some type of payment system that is somebody's getting double charged or something. I don't know the legitimacy of these complaints because I don't get on fucking Reddit like that. I don't know. But if it is true, that's the next thing that probably needs to be addressed. Once again, though, I'm in the dark on that. I have no idea. Other than that, the biggest like takeaway from that letter for me that I think is a massive W is they have given us their word now that no more changes will happen unless it's at the end or start of a new PvP season, aka the RTA. That is very fucking important. And I want to be clear here too, because we had it never fails. Low IQ retards in the comments section talking about, I don't know why y'all are complaining about buffs and nerfs. Buffs and nerfs are part of this. Nobody is complaining about the fucking buffs and nerfs. We're complaining about the nature in which they are occurring and how they happened with the lack of communication and the overnight sweep under the rug. Like it's weird behavior on how this shit has been happening. I'm okay. We're all okay with buffs and nerfs on a fixed fucking schedule, you dumb shit. So that's important to establish. Anyways, man, it just never fails. Like there's people in the gaming space. I'm sorry, bro. You could give them every book under the sun, lock them in a fucking library, and they'd still come out as every bit as retarded as they was before they went into the library. It's like, goddamn, dog. Overall, you guys comment down below. I already know some of y'all are probably thinking like, oh yeah, no, fuck them, man, I'm out. Like you might have that sentiment. If that's the case, hey, I completely hear you. For me, this was important. This was important enough for me, boys. All right, listen, full disclosure, I'm getting a bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this bad boy. My stand on business principle was let me know within the next 24 hours. You guys better not nerf Deeding. And we better have some communication on what we're gonna be doing going forward. All them things got checked. All right. All them things got checked. So my bag is fucking secure, boys. All right. You can go fuck yourself with your moral high ground. I'm gonna continue playing the game I enjoy. All my check boxes got good. All is good over here, man. But if you don't want to play anymore, I completely respect it. At the end of the day, I think, you know, we all play these games. They're completely free, and it's your autonomy to move the fuck on or stay around. It's up to you. But I'm going to stick around. That's going to wrap up this video. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.